Hi there, welcome back. This is Daryl, and if you're new, welcome. I missed last night's Project Healing Waters fly tying online thing, so I got the materials. I'm gonna kind of guess how they tied it. It's called cinnamon teardrop. It's a caddis emerger type thing, maybe even a stillborn. So it doesn't have to look pretty, I guess, if it's a stillborn or a mutant or whatever you want to call it. But the fly was actually not part of the series that they're doing, but it was created by Bob Braendle, and but he did work with those two gentlemen on doing the research on this, and this is a pattern he came up with on there, and we'll look at it, one that I attempted to tie, and then we'll see if we can make it even better. All right, let's take a look at it. Here's the teardrop, and it's called this because of the tailing shuck that's there. It's kind of shaped like a teardrop, and but we'll go ahead and we'll explain the materials as we go along, and we'll get tying on this. The hook that I'm going to use is a check nif green Caddis Outfitters, a 9252 and a size 16. And it's a barbless hook. And we'll go ahead and put that in the vise. And the thread that I'm going to use is going to be some brown 8/0, and we'll start the thread like right in the middle of the hook here. And we'll just take it back around the bend of the hook. And I'm going to turn it upside down. I like to dub we're going to do a little dubbing here, and it's going to be just to where we started the thread is where we're going to dub it to. And I'm going to be using some hairline dubbing in Caddis cinnamon, or cinnamon caddis. And again, you don't need much. A little bit goes a long way, as you'll see when we tighten it up. Get rid of that guard here right there. And the next material I'm going to use some polypropylene floating yarn in golden yellow. And you only need probably half of what comes off the card on there. And that's what half there is. You know, it looks pretty thick, doesn't it? So I'm going to take a little bit off of there. And then I'm going to clean up this end here a little bit. and we'll tie that loosely, not tight, just loosely. It's going to be kind of like doing buck hair. We're going to try to spin this around the hook for the teardrop. And next I'm going to take is some 7X tippet material. I'm going to tie a knot around there to create the teardrop. And this for me was pretty complicated or difficult with this very small tippet material. And hopefully I can get this tied in there in no time. And it's just got to be an overhand knot, nothing too complicated, but for me and my fingers and my bad eyesight, heck yeah, it was a challenge. I need to redo that. I didn't have much of a tag end to work with there. To put an overhand knot on it. I'm going to speed this up. And you want to tie that in. Again, I didn't get much of a thing, but we will see what we can do here. If I can find the other end. I got to cut me a bigger piece. Alright, let's try the next knot. pull this up for some reason. Oh, ordeals. Next I'm going to take, you could probably get by with a little lighter or one of these cauterizing things, and we're just going to burn it off just back where I tied that monofilament, just like that. Alright, well, and we'll use some more of that dubbing and cover in that section up there. And now I'm going to use some brown partridge for the legs. I'm going to cut a little triangle here and tie it in. And then I'm going to reposition my hook so my eye is up a little bit flatter. And I'll take and grab my stem here. And kind of brush these back, fold them back. And then give it 2 to 3 wraps. Before I cut that off, I'm going to fold these materials back. Try to pull that out of there so I can cut it off. Stem. Seems to be easier said than done. And what we're going to do is cut the bottom fibers off along with that stem. We just want fibers on the side. And some off the top. Didn't focus yet. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wing on with some Zelon and Dun right over the back here. Kind of a couple loose wraps so I can pull the fiber back a little bit. And then we'll cut that off just to the around the bend of the hook. Then I'm going to apply some head cement. And give it a little whip finish. Snip our thread. Check my eye here. I think maybe I got something in it. And there we have it. Bob Braendle's Teardrop, cinnamon teardrop. It's one that he kind of helped with Carl Richards on, and but it's his pattern. So I don't know, give it a try. That little teardrop probably collects air and gives some air bubbles coming off and things like that. Well, that concludes that 6-week session with Project Healing Waters on the Richards and Swisher's fly research on how they determined on mayflies and caddisflies what would be effective patterns. I'd give it a try, you know, try what you got, get out there. I understand the next 6-week session might be something, I don't know, maybe woolly buggers, woolly worms, stuff related for panfish and bass. All right, we'll see what that results in, and maybe I'll try to help out and get you those videos for that. All right, I'm Daryl. We'll see you on the water.